Our military knows where they took off from, and for some reason they don't want to comment. Something strange is going on. For some reason they don't want to tell the people. I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
We reported on unidentified aerial phenomena.
They saw mysterious flying objects.
38 reports of UFO sightings.
Look, hold on, let me stop walking. What's that?
No shit, look at that thing.
It's red blinking light.
That's a UFO.
Oh shit!
It's going!
Oh!
The universe is vast. In every direction we look, there are billions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars, many of which have planets. But with all this immensity, one question remains: are we really alone in the universe?
We're not alone. We are not alone in this universe, and it is a simple fact. And the US government has been aware of that fact now for decades.
Well, because I know that they are. They've been visiting this planet for thousands of years.
For some, the answer may already be here. Throughout history, reports of unidentified flying objects have caught people's attention. From the mysterious Roswell crash in 1947 to the Rendlesham Forest incident in England, these encounters show extraterrestrial visitation. More recently, military sightings of UAPs have reignited what many already knew was real.
Flight operations were temporarily suspended this afternoon after reports of a mysterious aircraft.
We've been talking a lot about drones and UAPs and mysteries in the sky in New Jersey. Let's take a trip back in time to 1947.
I'm here at the UFO crash site with
Unexplained drones. They saw mysterious flying objects.
UFOs.
UFOs.
It all began in July 1947 when a rancher named Mac Brazel discovered strange debris scattered across his property near Roswell, New Mexico. Initially described by the US Army Air Forces as the remnants of a flying disc, the military swiftly retracted the statement, claiming it was a weather balloon. To conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts, this sudden change in narrative only deepened the mystery. The debris itself was described as extraordinary: lightweight metals that couldn't be bent, materials that resisted burning, and hieroglyphic-like symbols etched on certain fragments. Witnesses reported seeing what they believed were alien bodies at a secondary crash site, allegedly taken away by the military to Area 51 or another secret facility.
Were small, they had large heads for their size.
They had very large heads that were shaped larger on the top, and they kind of tapered down.
These accounts, along with the military's tight-lipped response, fueled suspicions of a government cover-up. I mean, can we blame them? The US government confirmed the existence of UFOs after countless videos flooded the internet. One Navy recording stunned everyone, a craft moving at impossible speeds and angles, defying known technology.
Look at that thing. It's rotating.
Some believe the government knows more than they're sharing, with claims of UFOs even flying over the Pentagon. If that's true, then who can we trust? But what makes Roswell so enduring is the sheer volume of witness testimonies, from locals to military personnel, each adding eerie details to the story, from supposed deathbed confessions to the 1995 release of a controversial and later debunked alien autopsy video. Roswell continues to provoke questions about humanity's place in the universe. And it's just not the Roswell incident or Pentagon, but incidents caught on camera that are still unexplained. These truly show alien life exists. That is why people are so behind the idea. Take a look and see if it convinces you. In 2023, a man driving on a quiet road spotted something strange, a diamond-shaped object hovering in the sky. It looked rigid, almost mechanical, nothing like a balloon or drone. When he shared the footage online, debates exploded. Some called it military tech, but what if it wasn't?
This is actually a classified exercise to test either evasion technology.
Could it have been a UFO silently watching us? And this footage from 1992 showed a massive crowd gathered in a hangar in Area 51, eyes locked on an unusual flying machine. This wasn't just any aircraft, it looked exactly like a classic flying saucer. Government officials have said it was an early prototype of the ALA-40 thermoplan, a top-secret US experiment. Skeptics, however, weren't convinced, calling it a cleverly staged hoax. Remember that diamond-shaped UFO? it resurfaced again. In December 2019, a similar craft was spotted at Costa Rica's Juan Santa Maria Airport.
¿Va para abajo o para arriba o qué?
In broad daylight, the UFO hovered near the runway, captured by a driver's camera. Just a week earlier, an air traffic controller reported strange sightings from the control tower. The matching description suggests it's the same mysterious craft.
Mike, ¿qué es eso?
Try explaining this one. For decades, UFO sightings have stirred curiosity, and just days ago, a massive round ship was seen in the sky making no sound. Those who saw it were captivated, sensing something far beyond ordinary. Some quickly dismissed it, calling it nothing more than a balloon. But zooming in on the object reveals something unexplainable, giving it an otherworldly presence. But I'll leave the final verdict to you. Now, don't get me wrong, people have seen aliens, and in the case of this footage, it comes from an alien abductee. It was on July 17th, 2003 that Stan Romanek and his wife set up a camcorder pointed at their window, and what they captured was chilling. A small, gray alien-like figure with large black eyes peered inside, moving its head and gesturing like a human. As Stan approached, the figure quickly ducked and fled. While some called it authentic proof of alien contact, skeptics question its credibility. Stan, who claims he's been abducted, insists it's real.
Son of a bastard. Oh man, what is that?
Maybe this one is also real. A homeowner recorded a chilling incident after hearing strange noises from her living room. As she filmed, a small grayish-white figure darted across the screen. Though blurry, its elongated oval-shaped head was unmistakable. The homeowner believes it was an alien, seen on her windowsill before leaping out. She later reported seeing a blur in the sky, vanishing soon after. But man, is this video incredibly strange. The footage starts with what seems to be a half-asleep alien. It's seen moving its head inside an abandoned building in an undisclosed African village. The cameraman identified it as an extraterrestrial, mutated by its strange eyes and gaping mouth. After a week, the creature mysteriously vanished, and no further details were released. There is a lot more of this evidence. Now, I know some are obviously fake, but the ones you've seen are some of the most convincing evidence of alien life. And that brings me to the next point, which even has an entire scientific theory behind it. Unfathomable vastness of space. I have to break it down first. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains an estimated 100 to 400 billion stars. Beyond that, scientists estimate there are around 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. And that's just what we can see. Each of these stars could potentially have planets within their habitable zones, regions where conditions might support liquid water and possibly life.
Hydrogen is the most abundant element in that region of the solar system at that point. That abundant hydrogen is combining with elements such as oxygen to form the water, or carbon to form the methane, or nitrogen to form the ammonia.
It was found on Mars, a planet once thought to be a red, barren wasteland. The research suggested that liquid water might have been present on Mars about 2 billion to 2.5 billion years ago. This implies that water flowed on the red planet for about 1 billion years longer than previously estimated. But the idea of life on other planets is further supported by the Drake equation. It was created by astrophysicist Frank Drake in 1961. This formula attempts to estimate the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in the Milky Way. The equation factors in several variables that, when multiplied together, give an estimate of how many civilizations might exist in the Milky Way capable of communicating with us. It's a fundamental part of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, sparking debates on the possibility of alien life and how we might detect it. The Drake equation is as follows. N is the number of civilizations with which humans could potentially communicate. R asterisk is the rate of star formation in the galaxy. FP is the fraction of those stars that have planets. Any is the average number of planets that could potentially support life per star with planets. FL is the fraction of planets that could support life where life actually develops. Phi is the fraction of planets with life where intelligent life evolves. Fc is the fraction of civilizations that develop technology that allows them to communicate over interstellar distances. L is the length of time such civilizations can communicate. Each factor in the equation is based on both scientific data and educated guesses. For example, R* is based on the rate at which stars are formed in the galaxy, while FL and Phi deal with assumptions about how likely life and intelligence are to develop under the right conditions. One of the main challenges with the Drake equation is that many of these factors are still unknown. For example, we have no concrete evidence on the probability that life will emerge when conditions are right, or how likely it is that a species will develop technology that can communicate across interstellar distances.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation?
The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of an increasingly restrictive series of fractional values, such as those stars with planets, and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L.
But if the universe is teeming with life, why haven't we found it? This is the essence of the Fermi paradox. The Fermi paradox is the apparent contradiction between the high probability of the existence of extraterrestrial civilizations and the lack of evidence or contact with such civilizations. Named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who famously asked, "Where is everybody?" The paradox questions why, given the vast number of stars and potentially habitable planets in the galaxy, we have yet to detect any signs of intelligent alien life.
The Fermi paradox is just, where are the aliens? If the universe is really 13.8 billion years old, shouldn't there be aliens everywhere?
The core of the paradox lies in the vastness of the universe. There are billions of stars in our galaxy alone. Scientists argue that intelligent life should have emerged elsewhere, and that over the course of millions of years, some of these civilizations should have developed technologies to communicate or travel across vast distances. However, despite decades of searching, we have found no definitive evidence of alien life, whether through radio signals, spacecraft, or any other form of detection.
We know that on average, every single star, on average, has a planet going around it, and about 1/5 or so of them have Earth-sized planets going around them. And to believe that we're the only one is rather ridiculous.
But that was before. Now, as I have already shown you, we have a lot of evidence present. A recent clip from Mexico shows a massive craft hovering over a residential area, glowing with orange and red lights. The object remained still, almost as if it were watching or observing the people below. Many believe it's evidence of alien activity, with some speculating that this UFO was keeping an eye on us. And in Texas, a shocking video captured a bizarre phenomenon that left viewers stunned. As the sky darkened ominously, a pulsating portal began to open behind the clouds. At first, it looked like an alien invasion, but many witnesses believed it was a portal to another dimension, either opening or sending some kind of signal. Around midnight, a strange phenomenon unfolded in the sky. The dark sky split open, revealing a singular beam of light descending to the ground. Witnesses were convinced it was an apocalyptic sign, but some speculated it might be a device controlled by aliens, directing its energy down to Earth. The mystery left everyone questioning what they had just seen. A strange sight was captured in the sky. A purple-bluish streak of light appeared to be coming from a rift, or perhaps a blue building hidden behind clouds. As the camera zoomed in, the area where the light appeared had no skyscrapers around, making it odd that only one building seemed covered by the fog. The video was posted by Jamie Mawson, a respected figure in the UFO community, adding even more mystery to the bizarre event. Some suggest that extraterrestrial life may be deliberately avoiding us, or that we're simply not looking in the right way. For example, alien civilizations might communicate in ways that we don't yet understand, or they might be so far advanced that their technology is beyond our detection capabilities. Much similar to the zoo hypothesis. According to this idea, advanced alien civilizations are aware of us, but deliberately avoid contact, much like humans observe animals in a zoo without interfering with their lives. This could be part of a cosmic prime directive to not interfere with the natural development of less advanced civilizations. This would explain why some of the ancient civilizations have depictions of aliens or artifacts that hint at life from other worlds. These are proofs that have troubled scientists for quite some time now. Ancient texts and extraterrestrial contact. The mystery deepens when we look back at ancient civilizations. Texts and artifacts from around the world, like the Mahabharata in India or the Sumerian tablets, describe encounters with beings from the sky. Were these simply myths, or could they hint at early contact with extraterrestrials?
According to the ancient Vedic texts of India, the gods descended from the sky in flying vehicles. They refer to those vehicles as vimanas.
The Sumerian tablets refer to a vast collection of ancient clay tablets, primarily from Mesopotamia, that date back to around 3000 BCE. These tablets are inscribed with cuneiform script, one of the earliest forms of writing. Some Sumerian tablets also contain astronomical observations, suggesting that the Sumerians had advanced knowledge of the heavens. Some have led to theories about ancient extraterrestrial contact due to their depictions of gods descending from the heavens, often referred to as the Anunnaki. These stories have fueled speculation and the idea that ancient civilizations might have had contact with advanced beings from space.
Zecharia Sitchin wrote a number of well-received books on the Anunnaki, which he believed were basically extraterrestrial entities from a planet called Nibiru.
And what if I told you that Stonehenge might not just be a mysterious monument built by ancient people, but perhaps a creation of extraterrestrial beings? Located in England, Stonehenge is a prehistoric marvel made of massive standing stones arranged in a ring, built around 2500 BC. Its purpose is still debated. Some believe it was a burial ground or religious site, while others suggest it functioned as an advanced astronomical observatory. The alignment of the stones with the sun, moon, and stars sparks theories that only advanced knowledge, possibly from aliens, could explain its construction.
Some of the stones at Stonehenge weigh between 50 and 70 tons. Some of the stones are even heavier. So how could you have moved these into place? How could you have moved them from Wales, where the blue stones, the spotted dolerite, came from within Stonehenge?
In 1974, scientists at the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico sent a powerful radio signal to the star cluster M13, aiming to contact extraterrestrial civilizations. This message, composed of 1,679 binary digits, contained vital information about humanity, including our DNA structure, the solar system's location, and a visual representation of humans. The transmission raised theories about alien life and ancient civilizations, with some speculating that extraterrestrial knowledge may have influenced these advanced communication techniques.
The Great Pyramid is equivalent to the Empire State Building of its day. It reaches 480 feet tall, and for about 4,000 years, it is the tallest man-made structure on the planet.
The Great Pyramid of Giza, built around 2580-2560 BC as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, remains one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Its precision and massive stone blocks, some weighing up to 2.5 tons, astonish modern experts. Many theorists suggest that the techniques used to build such a monumental structure were beyond the capabilities of the time, raising the question, could extraterrestrial beings have assisted the ancient Egyptians? The pyramid's alignment with the stars and its mathematical accuracy hint at an advanced understanding of astronomy and geometry, leading some to believe there may be otherworldly influences behind its construction.
The Great Pyramid is probably one of the most unique and most precise buildings that has ever been built. It is aligned to true north within 1/20th of a degree. That is remarkable.
The Karnak stones, a vast collection of over 3,000 prehistoric standing stones in France, have left historians and archaeologists perplexed for centuries. Aligned in long rows, these stones are believed to hold a mysterious purpose, ranging from ceremonial grounds to astronomical observatories. The precision of their arrangement sparks speculation about extraterrestrial involvement in their construction. As visitors wander among these towering giants, many feel an eerie connection to the unknown forces that may have shaped this ancient site, deepening the enigma that surrounds it.
Archaeologists are baffled by the many megaliths at Karnak here. It's clearly a massive construction project with blocks of granite weighing 50 to 100 to even up to 350 tons.
But truth be told, this theory that aliens built these magnificent civilizations and architecture takes credit away from humans that actually did it. Which is why not many people are behind theories like those. Some researchers even say these artifacts, places, and monuments were humanity's attempts to describe advanced technology they didn't understand. While skeptics attribute these accounts to imagination or religious symbolism, there are some that just can't wrap their heads around it, which is why they started looking in places perhaps they shouldn't have and actually found something disturbing.
Apollo tells the Greeks, okay, I've got to go see some other people. I've got to go and teach them. And they're like, well, where are you off to? And he's like, well, I'm actually going to a place that's beyond where the north wind comes. It's the land of Hyperboreans.
Search for extraterrestrial life. For decades, humanity has searched the skies for signs of intelligent life. Projects like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, scan the cosmos for radio signals that could indicate advanced civilization.
Instead of passively listening for a signal from another civilization, we send intentional, powerful signals to nearby stars in the hope of getting a reply back.
Meanwhile, space telescopes like the James Webb peer into distant exoplanets to analyze their atmospheres for potential biosignatures, chemical clues that could hint at life. But this had the opposite effect on people who started to doubt the authorities.
The bigger the mirror, the more light you collect. The bigger the collecting area, the more sensitive you are and the further you can see.
Try to make some sense out of this real footage. People believe that what was captured on camera in this enigmatic footage might be evidence of Project Blue Beam. The video shows unknown activity taking place in the night sky of Florida that caused every car in the vicinity to go haywire. It is speculated that this sighting is proof of a conspiracy theory known as Project Blue Beam that will create an artificial second coming to control people. Even those that deny or doubt that to be the possibility, no one can explain this real footage. And I'll tell you what that is. It's an alien probe drone that was caught by a tourist in Norway. She was in the park when she first saw a large white object in the sky, which scared her, so she hurried back to her hotel. But even from far away, this thing looked much larger than a pickup truck.
What in the world is that?
This thing was glowing so brightly that even during a forecast, it stood out among the dark clouds. It wasn't a rocket as well because it wasn't moving in a uniform manner and disappeared behind some clouds. Aliens must have struck a deal with the world governments to spy on people.
That is huge. Out of that cloud,
Just like when a triangle UFO was caught on camera in a mysterious area, this triangular flying craft had giant propulsion systems, but even with them, it was surprisingly very stealthy. There was zero sound coming from it, and the person only managed to capture this because he was feeding pigeons outside his window. However, the video is more mysterious than that. There is practically no trace of the original uploader, and this location has remained undisclosed since the release of this video. All anyone knows is that it was a restricted area, making netizens very suspicious. But what's really suspicious is an alien base caught on camera. A real extraterrestrial settlement was captured trying to camouflage behind the clouds 3 months ago. At first, it looks like a shiny alien base up in the sky, and then a shadow or silhouette of a living being can be seen walking across the platform. And I think I know why this alien base was so shiny. It was incredibly large and had the shape of a pyramid, which is also very mysterious. Aliens were most likely using mirror technology to hide themselves, but due to a malfunction, their location was revealed, making the aliens run around as seen in the video. This was made worse when people started blaming NASA for hiding information and lying to the public. And you won't believe what the UFO did in this footage from NASA. The International Space Station was in outer space doing its thing when its own 360 camera picked up some mysterious movement. It locked in on it and from a distance looked like a cylindrical UFO that has been seen on Earth. As it zooms in on the unidentified object floating in zero gravity, the shape of the craft makes everything surreal, but just when the ISS could get a proper snapshot of the craft, it mysteriously disappears. Experts were left baffled because they know something like this cannot happen in space. NASA has been lying through their teeth for years and wants us to believe that the moon is nothing but a lifeless rock, devoid of anything resembling life. Most people bought into this narrative, accepting it without question. But not everyone. Some of us kept digging, and what I found might just change everything we know. What you're about to see isn't human, at least not in the way we know humans. It's a sarcophagus, perfectly preserved in the vacuum of space. They call it the Mona Lisa of the moon, or simply the Moon Lady. Her face, her skin, all intact. Discovered during a mysterious 1976 moon mission, one that NASA insists wasn't intended for a soft landing. The wild part, they claim she was the pilot of an alien spacecraft, possibly 1 million to 1 billion years old. NASA denies it, of course, but astronauts like Buzz Aldrin have hinted that the Apollo missions weren't just about the moon, they were about something far more extraordinary. With what I am about to show you now, the previous video seems more believable. It all began with a photographer trying to capture the perfect shot of a full moon lighting up the city. At first, he struggled with the focus, but when he finally nailed it, what he saw went far beyond a beautiful moonlit landscape. 3 black circles moved across the moon's face, an anomaly never before documented, and just as quickly, more appeared, drifting in a loose, almost chaotic formation. At first, it seemed easy to dismiss, maybe space debris or asteroids, but then astrophotographer Andrew McCarthy analyzed the footage. Using precise calculations based on the moon's size and orbit, he discovered something chilling. These objects weren't small, they were massive, 2 to 3 miles wide. For comparison, the Antonov An-225, the world's largest plane, is only 275 feet long. The size and erratic movement of these objects suggested something far more extraordinary at play, something intelligent, and one incident was seen by thousands of people on a live broadcast that NASA ended right after people spotted it. They were casually watching NASA's live feed of the International Space Station, just taking in the peaceful orbit above Earth. And then, something weird caught their eye. This isn't your typical UFO. This one's shaped like a cylinder, and oddly enough, it almost seems see-through. Whatever it is, it's gliding perfectly in sync with the ISS, trailing right alongside it. The clip lasts just over a minute, but in that short time, the anomaly can be seen drifting just off to the right of the screen. A Martian researcher notes that it closely resembles the cylindrical UFOs spotted worldwide, which made headlines on CNN back in 2006. Conspiracy theorists believe this to be undeniable proof of extraterrestrial presence. But while the theories fly, here's what gets me. Some of you still haven't liked or subscribed. Come on, let's see if NASA or aliens can get this news to you faster than I can. Show some love. What does it all mean? The search for extraterrestrial life is more than a scientific pursuit. It's a journey to understand our place in the cosmos. Are we the sole architects of intelligence, or are we part of a greater galactic community yet to reveal itself? The answers may redefine our understanding of existence itself. So let me ask you, after all that we have seen, all that I have shown you, are we alone in the universe? Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again,